Hello YouTube. It's been a while since I did a video about dating in Korea, and I thought about something that I kind of figured out a couple years ago, just learning from the Korean culture, and it's a good way to meet people. So when it comes to meeting strangers, as an adult, it's okay to talk to strangers and to just greet somebody you don't know for whatever reason. That's acceptable, but here in Korea, generally speaking, strangers don't talk to each other. It's just a part of the culture here. I don't know if it's like that in China or Japan, but in Korea, that's just the way it is. I can walk up to any stranger and say hi. It's really weird for them. Now, some of my best friends I've met just in a strange situation. I've met some of my best friends just sitting next to them on a bus. I had a girlfriend for a long time, and that was somebody that I met just at a bar. We were in the same party, but I sat down next to her and started talking to her, and I had a great, wonderful relationship that came from that. So it's possible for you to meet Koreans as strangers, but generally Koreans don't meet each other like that. Yeah, I've talked to Koreans about this. I tell them that it's possible in the West to meet a stranger at a bus stop or a bookstore and have a nice conversation with them, have some dates, have a romance, fall in love, get married, have kids, and live happily ever after with somebody that you met just at random. But Koreans think that's really strange, and they actually think that that's not really possible in general. And everybody that they've met, they've usually been introduced to or set up in a meeting or a dating situation. So, and they think it's kind of weird to fall in love with somebody that you met, a stranger that you met. Generally, when Koreans are dating or when they have friendships, it came from a situation where they were introduced to somebody, or it was set up for a dating purpose. So for that reason, that could pose some challenges when you walk up to somebody cold and just try to meet them and hope that you can have a friendship with them or more. If you go out and you're at a bar or you're at a club and then you want to meet people at that place, it's a good idea to make friends with the bartender or make friends with the staff that works there. At clubs, that's the guy with the little microphone and the earpiece. If the club is not too busy, then sometimes they'll have time to talk to you. When they see that you're a foreigner, they'll be happy to just be friendly and talk to you. Hopefully they speak a little bit of English, or you can speak some Korean. If they're nice, it's great just to make a friend in general for any reason, but it's good to have a built-in friend at the bar or the store or the club that you go to. When you see somebody that you're interested in, or you see a group sitting at a table, instead of just approaching them cold, ask the bartender, ask the help staff if they would introduce you. Just go over to them and introduce you as a good friend, and that way it's a lot easier to sit down and have a normal conversation than just going up there cold. Now you might be thinking, but the bartender or the waitstaff, they don't know them either, so how are they going to introduce you? Well, because they work there, they're more comfortable going up to their guests, so to speak, the customers, and just saying hi and introducing you as a friend. I think that's quite normal. In fact, I really haven't had a problem with it. So what they'll do is, like, they'll go over to the table and they'll introduce themselves that they work there and that they have a friend who would like to sit down and say hi and meet them. They should tell them that their friend is a foreigner, and then the girls will probably say something like, "Oh, but we don't speak any English." They could be English majors at college, and they could have lived overseas for a year or two. They'll still say that they don't speak any English. But hopefully the bartender or the waitstaff will just say that you're really nice and you speak really slow, or you can speak a little bit of Korean, and just to say hi. And usually it works out fine. If you're a woman, if you're female, and you want to meet a group of Korean guys, I think that's a lot easier in general. I don't think guys care so much if a strange woman approaches them to say hi, to make friends. They might be a little bit intimidated by the fact that, number one, you're a foreigner, and number two, that you're brave enough to walk up to a guy or a group of guys and talk. So that might be intimidating to them, but I don't think you have to worry about being introduced as much as a guy would. So that's it. The tip is just to have somebody introduce you to strangers instead of approaching them cold. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.